and welcome to Sports Buzz, your one-stop shop for all the news from the world of sports. I'm Samridhi Goyal. Let's begin. Kane Williamson-led Hyderabad will lock horns with Sanju Samson's Rajasthan in IPL today at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Hyderabad need a miracle to get into the top four. Harshal Patel hat-trick gives Bangalore a commanding 54-run victory over Mumbai Indians in Dubai. Ravindra Jadeja's blazing late cameo helps Chennai win the last ball thriller against Kolkata. England all-rounder retires from Test cricket but will continue to play in limited overs internationals. Ali played his last Test match earlier this month against India. United States regained the Ryder Cup with a record 19-9 victory over Europe at Whistling Straits in Wisconsin. Open champion Colin Morikawa claimed the winning half point in the fifth of Sunday's 12 singles matches. Lewis Hamilton wins the Russian Grand Prix in Sochi amidst treacherous rain, becomes the first F1 driver in history to record 100 victories. And Tottenham suffers 3-1 defeat against Arsenal in the North London derby. Tottenham conceded 3 and lost for the third game in a row. Well, to begin with the first story of today, with IPL. In IPL, Sunrisers Hyderabad will be up against Rajasthan Royals in a match 40 of IPL's this season's second leg series. Now, Team Rajasthan Royals are positioned at number 6, while Team SRH are last in the points table at number 8. RR will look to enter the top 4 with this, while SRH will look forward to win a respectable match. The last time these sides met, RR cruised to a win courtesy of Joss Butler 100. With lots on the line for one side and not much for the other, we could get an interesting match. In Indian Premier League, the Royal Challengers Bangalore put their campaign back on track with a rousing 54-run win over the Mumbai Indians in Dubai on Sunday. Harshal Patel's hat-trick capped an all-round performance from RCB after half-centuries from Virat Kohli and Glenn Maxwell lifted them to 165 for 6 in 20 overs, a score which was much less than what the start promised. From Mumbai's side, opener Rohit Sharma and Quinton de Kock posted 57 runs, while Yuzvendra Chahal and Maxwell struck in succession to reduce Mumbai to 93 for 4, and they never recovered. Harshal Patel killed off the contest with the hat-trick. RCB's first win in the UAE after 2 losses kept them in the third spot in the standings with 12 points, while Mumbai slid to the 7th place. Only Sunrisers Hyderabad are below them. In another match in the IPL, a sensational cameo from Ravindra Jadeja, 22 of 8 balls towards the end, helped Chennai Super Kings beat Kolkata Knight Riders by 2 wickets in a last ball thriller in their IPL match in Abu Dhabi. Batting first, Kolkata managed to strike 171 runs at the loss of 6 wickets in 20 overs. In pursuit of a challenging 172, CSK were down and out at 142 for 6 before Ravindra Jadeja took the onus on himself. Jadeja hit 2 sixes and 2 boundaries to make it a cakewalk in the final over. The win also meant that CSK remained unbeaten after the IPL resumed and once again were back at the top in the pecking order with 16 points. Mithali Raj's Indian side ended Australia's remarkable 26-match winning run in ODI cricket. Yastika Bhati and the rest of the batters stepped up as India scripted their highest ever successful run chase in the women's ODI on Sunday. Now, there were multiple heroes for India in what ended up as their highest ever run chase in the history of women's ODI cricket. Fittingly, it was the legendary Jhulan Goswami who hit the winning runs as India players celebrated the remarkable victory from the dugout.
India breaks the winning streak of Australian women in one-day internationals with 2 wickets win in the third ODI at Mackay on 26th of September. Indian women recorded their highest ever successful run chase in ODIs by overhauling the 265-run target with 3 balls to spare. With putting a brilliant performance, the Indian Eves created history by putting an end to Australia women's record 26-match unbeaten streak. India had lost their second ODI by the narrowest of margins. However, this time the Indian women's team gave a brilliant performance throughout the innings and stopped the Australian juggernaut. Shefali Verma and Yastika Bhatia were the standout in the chase, whereas Deepti Sharma and Sneh Rana too played crucial knocks. Jhulan Goswami, who's almost played 2 decades of international cricket, retained the Player of the Match title. Soon after India's victory on Sunday, Mandhana tweeted a picture of the towering figure of Goswami surrounded by her, Harmanpreet Kaur, Shefali Verma and Harleen Deol. In the caption, Mandhana said, "What a win and an amazing performance by this legend." With this win, Indian Eves look even more confident on the field and will hopefully continue to upkeep their winning streak. Sports Desk, DD India.
Moving from cricket to volleyball, the Union Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur is on a Jammu and Kashmir visit where he led the foundation stone of the Zonal Physical Education Office and the development of zonal level play field at Kichpora, Kangan in Kashmir. The Union Minister also played volleyball with the players and said if given proper infrastructure for sports and physical activities, the youngsters of Jammu and Kashmir will bring many laurels for the country.
जम्मू कश्मीर में खेलों के प्रति यहाँ के युवाओं की कितनी रुचि है। अवसर मिले तो ये खिलाड़ी किसी भी हद तक खेलने के लिए तैयार है और मुझे इनमें भविष्य के ऐसे खिलाड़ी नजर आते हैं जो देश के लिए मेडल जीतेंगे भविष्य में। ज़रूरत है इनको सुविधाएं देने की। खेलों को लेकर जो जम्मू कश्मीर के युवाओं के बीच में रुचि है वो अभूतपूर्व है, एक अलग जोश है।
Star Indian tennis player Sania Mirza won her first title of the season in the women's doubles final of the Ostrava Open on Sunday. Sania and her Chinese partner Shuai Zhang beat the pair of American Caitlin Christian and New Zealander Erin Rootfliffe. Now the duo defeated the third-seeded pair 6-3, 6-2 in the summit clash in 1 hour and 4 minutes. This was Sania Mirza's 43rd WTA doubles title. Indian archer Jyoti Surekha Venon lost a nerve-wracking final to Colombian heavyweight Sara Lopez to clinch a silver in the compound women's individual section at the World Championships on Saturday. The 25-year-old Indian was near her best and shot a perfect final end, but the 5-time World Cup champion Sara was superior to clinch the issue by 2 points. Venon has now won 5 medals at the Worlds, including 3 silvers and 2 bronzes. Other than the 2 silvers here, she has also won 2 bronzes in 2019 compound women's team and compound individual and a silver in the 2017 compound women's team. The United States have regained the Ryder Cup with a record 19-9 victory over Europe at the Whistling Straits in Wisconsin. Open champion Colin Morikawa claimed the winning half point in the 5th of Sunday's 12 singles matches as the home side raced to the 14.5 points they needed. Rory McIlroy, Lee Westwood and Ian Poulter, Europe's only winners in the singles, were in tears as they showed the emotion of what will be a chastening defeat. Around them, American players celebrated with Brooks Koepka downing a beer thrown to him from the fans after he completed a 2-1 victory on the 17th green to booming chants of USA from a 40,000 strong home crowd. Now there had already been big wins for Patrick Cantlay, Scottie Scheffler and Bryson DeChambeau amid a carnival atmosphere by the Lake Michigan, while Dustin Johnson became the first American to win all 5 matches at a Ryder Cup since 1979. Moving on to F1, Lewis Hamilton won the Russian Grand Prix and achieved his 100th Formula One Grand Prix victory in Sochi amidst treacherous rain on Sunday. The seven-time world champion reached the unprecedented century in his Mercedes after being stuck on 99 since the British Grand Prix in July. Hamilton also took over the championship lead from Max Verstappen, who finished second after starting the race last on the grid. It was a heartbreak for Lando Norris, who was just 3 laps away from his first F1 win, but rain ended his dream in a cruel manner and he ended up in the 7th place. Carlos Sainz finished in the 3rd spot, while Daniel Ricciardo and Valtteri Bottas completed the top 5 in the race. Norris had fended off Hamilton for long and drove beautifully, but started struggling in the last 3 laps, and with Hamilton having fresher tyres and the rain falling down, the Mercedes driver overtook Norris in the 51st lap and took it home. Hamilton thanked the crowd for the turnout, and while he was talking after the race, Norris very sportingly even came to him and congratulated him on his 100th. Arsenal's revival gathered pace as Tottenham's recent decline continued in an entertaining North London derby at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal won the match 3-1. Just 3 weeks ago, Spurs sat top and Arsenal bottom after their worst start to a league season for 67 years. However, the Gunners have been rejuvenated by 6 summer signings and the return to fitness of a number of key players. Arsenal struck 3 times in the opening 35 minutes as Emile Smith-Rowe opened the floodgates before Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang rounded off a brilliant team move and Bukayo Saka rolled home the 3rd. Son Heung-min pulled a goal back for the visitors 11 minutes from time, but it was too little, too late for Nuno Espirito Santo's men. Now, Manchester City broke its run of losses to Chelsea by handing its Premier League title rival a first defeat of the season thanks to Gabriel Jesus' deflected goal in a 1-0 win on Saturday. In the latest match to highlight City's need for a striker, Pep Guardiola's team required a dose of fortune for the winner as Jesus took aim from just inside the area and the ball squirmed into the bottom corner of Chelsea midfielder Jorginho's heel in the 53rd minute. Now, Chelsea had beaten City in its last 3 meetings but was largely outplayed at Stamford Bridge. Indeed, it wasn't a bigger margin of victory only because of City's lack of an out-and-out centre forward. The result